What is up, guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're doing the last to first challenge once again, since the Italian Grand Prix is coming up this weekend. I thought what better time to do that. We're going to jump in, of course, the Scuderia Ferrari. This time we'll jump in Kimi Räikkönen's car because we quite often run with Sebastian Vettel. So to change it up a little bit, we're jumping with Räikkönen, and Jesus, if we come up against Max Verstappen, then some fireworks will for certain go off in this race. You see that podium off in the distance there, guys? Our goal is to be standing on the top step of that thing and greeting the Tifosi in just absolute jubilation as we win this race. That is the aim for this last to first challenge. There is absolutely no other options in this race. In the last attempt, I was driving as Lewis Hamilton in Spa. Didn't manage to get on the podium in that one, but hopefully in this one, with overtaking, which should be a little bit easier, fingers crossed, we can make our way through the pack just a little bit easier. And oh, for God's sake, I keep forgetting about the formation lap. Weave. Oh, I got Verstappen too! Oh, I got Verstappen! I was not meaning to do that, but I got revenge on Verstappen before the race even started. Wow, that's just crazy how that worked out. For those of you who don't know, you can do absolutely anything. You can get away with murder on the formation lap and it'll still reset you for the race. 5 red lights, and away we go for this Italian Grand Prix, starting as Kimi Räikkönen in last place. Can we make it to first place? Well, you're going to have to wait and find out. Alonso is right off in the toodles there, approaching turn 1. I was going to take it easy, but then I saw a gap up the inside, and we make up a few positions there. 15th it is at the moment. Let's try and get on to this straight here very nicely. Clamp down the throttle as early as you can. And just fly towards the midfield. If you can get yourself within or close to the top 10 by the end of the first lap, you know you're on target for a good race in these last to first challenge videos. So we take, that's Daniel Kvyat now. Oh, there's contact. But we survive. After that first lap kerfuffle with Daniel Kvyat, it's taken us a little while to catch up to the next group of cars. So this is Magnussen, who just got freshly overtaken from Jolyon Palmer. We'll make quick work of this Renault, hopefully, as he squeezes us a little bit for space on the run up to the middle sector chicane. Huge lock up there on the soft compound tyres, which I elected to start on, by the way. We've got a... Thank you, engineer, for updating me on the completely obvious weather. Like I was saying, we are starting on the prime tyres, the soft compound tyres. One strategy ploy we have up our sleeve is for the back end of the race, we'll be finishing on the super soft tyres. So that's going to help us make some huge inroads on the leaders once we all make our pit stops. So I'm going to get the slower tyre out of the way early on while we deal with some of the slower cars in this pack. And then when it gets to the more challenging period of the race, we're going to have the tyre advantage and hopefully leapfrog a few of the leaders. Are we going to go up the inside? I had a little look there through Parabolica. Palmer doesn't quite have the grip and the traction through the final corner. He does have the slipstream from the cars in front though, and now this is the first lap where we can utilise DRS. So the race is going to open up quite a bit here. You're going to see a lot of overtakes from cars up ahead, and it's all going to be quite a bit hectic, really. If you remember back to the career mode episode the other day, there was just so much carnage going on in that video, so check it out if you haven't seen it already. I'm expecting almost no different from today's race. I feel like there's going to be some mistakes from the AI in the ensuing laps. And look at that, surprise, surprise, we have Max Verstappen right in front of us, so we're going to have some fun here, I reckon. Oh, there's a huge gaggle of cars here. Didn't get the best run out of the Ascari chicane here. And look at these guys, 2, 3 wide, just swerving every which way to find a way around each other. I know I've got a bit of a rivalry driving as Räikkönen with Verstappen at the moment, but you can't ignore this huge pack of cars who are all squabbling. Are they going to pull into the pits? Thank goodness for that, because if they did, it would have been a multi-car accident here. Now look at this! This is just slipstreaming at its absolute finest here. We need to make our way to the inside. No, I screwed that up. I completely screwed that up, guys. It wouldn't be a last to first challenge without me stuffing up royally. I tried to make my way to the inside. I got distracted, and then I didn't react in time to avoid Ricciardo, who is the car in front of us. So at this point, I'm looking behind me, and then, well, actually, to be fair, Ricciardo brakes at about here. Now, you shouldn't be braking until you get to the 150 meter board, which is still a long way away. So Ricciardo, I don't know what you're doing here, fella, but you've just ruined my race here. Good thing though that there is flashbacks, and we're going to make full use of that. Up the inside of Ricciardo into turn 1. Oh my goodness me, it's 3 wide into turn 1. I got to leave some space. I am in the exact same position as what Kimi Raikkonen was in career mode, but this time we all survive. This is an intense battle. The racing at Monza on F1 2016 so far has been absolutely incredible. And look at this. So close between the three of us. I'm showing the nose to Ricciardo here, but he holds firm. And we've got nowhere to go apart from into the gravel trap there. And we lose out to Grosjean as well.
There's about a lap's worth of spare fuel in the car. You won't be able to run in mixed.
What do you reckon, guys? Should we just race here at Monza every week for this last to first challenge? Because, like I said, it's just been absolutely incredible. We've got some damage to the front left end plate, which is not ideal. It's going to lengthen the first pit stop for us here, and it's going to make us quite weak through the high-speed corners. So, yeah, we'll have to deal with that in due course. But to be fair, if there's any track on the calendar where you're going to concede front wing damage, it's probably going to be this one, because this is one of the most least reliant tracks on downforce on the calendar. So yeah, if it's going to be any track, it'll be this one. Fernando Alonso is out of the race. Pascal Wehrlein is out of the race. Now let's have a look at this. This is already starting to spark up what was a very similar career mode race. Now let's press continue. No, this is Rio Haryanto. You can see Pascal in front and then Alonso off to the left. Do they hit the pit wall as they try and rejoin? I think they might actually. Yeah, that definitely looks like it's going to be a pit wall incident for those guys as they try and go in. Oh, Pascal gets nailed. Alonso loses his front right tyre. Debris goes everywhere. And if there's not a safety car for this, then Codemasters have taken safety cars out for this game. Because we saw safety cars a lot in the preview version of F1 2016. But since then, since my first episode of career mode, safety cars have been, have been a rarity. What a crazy crash that is. This is the kind of thing you see in online races. You know, someone will want to pull into the pits and the other person is trying to overtake them, and they're locked in combat as they both want to go in the opposite direction of the other person, and then someone always ends up being the loser. They either end up in the pit lane or they end up in the pit wall, and unfortunately that's what's happened to Pascal Wehrlein. He didn't lose any of his tyres there, but somehow, shockingly, Alonso lost his front right tyre, even though he had no right to. Unbelievable. How did Alonso lose his tyre, but Wehrlein didn't? That right rear tyre should have been toast. Okay, that's enough of looking at that replay. Okay, let's stick the car down into lean now and just hope that there's a safety car now, because I do need to change that front wing, and a safety car would really help me out here.
Power from the engine is going to be down slightly. It's showing some minor wear.
Really? Why does this always happen at the back end of races? I haven't talked about it much in career modes, but in the final stint of every career mode race, engineer comes over the radio, tells me there's some tyre wear. The engineer tells me that there's some wear on the engine, and straight line speed takes a hit for that. So that's also a reason why we're not as quick in the final stints of our career mode races, because we lose performance on the engine. So how's the pit stop going to be? It's 15 seconds at the moment. That is including jumping into the pit lane. So 9 seconds there for the front wing change. We're going to rejoin P17 at the moment. So we've got some work to do, but now we are crucially on the super soft tyres. In these short kind of races, you really can't afford to make mistakes. The thing with Kvyat on the first lap, how we kind of half spun, we lost a lot of time there, and then obviously losing the front wing. Yeah, in these shorter races, you really don't have time to catch up if you make mistakes. So in a way, these 25% races are really brutal.
No overtaking through the caution zone. Be careful until you see.
Oh my goodness me! Haryanto's gone now, and there's just a pile up there at the final corner. That was crazy. I had to react right at the last second there. It was kind of a blind approach to the second part of the Parabolica corner there. So we come through here and then, oh crap, there's all these guys sitting stationary as they're probably going to retire. Just avoided that in time. Please, can we have a safety car now? Yes, we're going to get him. We're going to get Gutierrez too. We have to go to the grass to show him that we're there. Massive lockup. Come on, Verstappen. Get a little bit closer to me, son. It's taken me a lot of laps now to catch up to Verstappen after fitting on the super soft tyres. The tyre wear has really knocked about my pace. We're 39, 45 and 44% respectively on the old tyre wear there, so as the laps have gone on, it's been progressively harder to maintain pace with Verstappen, who is on the soft compound tyres. So we'll see what we can do here. This is our first real opportunity of the race to get back in front of him. We don't, of course, have the distractions of the huge pack of cars as what we did in the start of the race when we first overtook Verstappen, but now we've got him. We've got our revenge on Verstappen. We've overtaken him, but it's only P8. We could have been so much higher in this race had things gone our way a little bit. Oh, no. No. I didn't want to be defending from Verstappen, to be honest. I'm a little bit low on fuel as it stands at the moment. I think we're like 0.1 or 0.2 plus or over on fuel, so we're very close in terms of using the load. Actually, it's 0.03. I'm going to need to save a little bit more than that. I've seen people run out of fuel with plus 0.1 of fuel, so I'm going to run in lean for a little bit, and then closer to the Parabolica corner, we're going to switch it back up to... No, we have to switch back up now. We just have to go for it. There's only one corner to go, and Verstappen is already in front of us. So, we have to pass him up the inside here, and hope that he doesn't have the drive, doesn't have the traction to get us back though. Now, it's just a case of holding on, not running out of fuel, as we come up to the line, and finish P8. We beat Verstappen, okay? So, we didn't win the race, but we did beat Verstappen. I think that's a pretty good secondary goal for this video. But the Tifosi, I'm sure, are not going to be happy with my performance. So there we go, guys. That has been today's video. The last to first challenge around Monza. Starting 22nd place in a Ferrari driven by Kimi Räikkönen. Unfortunately, we couldn't make our way fully back through the pack. But hopefully you guys did enjoy that nonetheless. Sebastian Vettel starting in first. I started 22nd. Unfortunately, neither of us could come away with a race win in the Italian Grand Prix. Who knows, maybe Ferrari will win this weekend, and that would certainly give the Tifosi something to cheer about. If you have any predictions for who you might think win this weekend's Grand Prix, then make sure you let me know down in the comments. It's always interesting to read what you guys are thinking heading into a race weekend, and then reading back the comments after the weekend has finished to just see, you know, who got it right, who got it wrong, and just comparing and contrasting, all that kind of thing. So once again, guys, thank you so much for watching. As always, I'll have another career mode out either later today or tomorrow. So yeah, until then, guys, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, and until my next video, guys, I'll see you next time.